Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the weekend banger. It's time for the weekend banger, y'all. That's a lot. It's time for the weekend banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out here working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out here with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the mornings, man. I promise y'all there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. That's it, man. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm just asking for you not to go behind bars, man. I'm asking for you to never leave your family, man. I'm telling y'all, man, half of the people that's out here breaking the law, like they either really don't care about going to jail or they really don't care about their family. One or the other, man. Like back when I was breaking the law, I was just being young and stupid. I really didn't know right from wrong. I really didn't have nobody telling me that this was the worst place to go to in the world. I didn't have these things, man. It's 2026. You got me and millions of other people telling y'all that prison is not the way to go. You can look on the internet and see that prison is not the place to go. Why would you still want to do crime when you know that's going to be your destiny, man, in the future, man? Like, I'm just trying to tell y'all, man, like when you get in there, you're not going to like where you're going to be at, man. Sometimes it takes for us to get in there as men and women to really learn our lesson. And then we come out as a grown up and somebody that know how to handle being in society. Either way, man, I'm just trying to stop y'all from going through that situation. For you don't have to learn like that, man. You can learn right here today and just tell yourself, man, I'm going to stay out the way. Period, man. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the weekend banger game. So why don't y'all do this one? Like, share, subscribe, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. But it's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called He Brought Us All Together. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation. But we are where, people? We are in penitentiary where crazy things happen all the time. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm letting y'all know now, man. Like when you locked up, sometimes people come together in there, man. Like, you know, a lot of times the inmates feel like, you know what? It's really us against the administration a lot of times, man. You know, like we might have to band together. We might have to come together as cities. We might have to do all these uncomfortable things just for the greater good of standing up for being an inmate. Sometimes the police carry you in a way, man, where you have to come stand up like this, man. But like being a leader in there to like a revolutionary play of getting inmates together, it can become dangerous in there, man. I've seen it all, man. I'm letting y'all know now. So with that being said, though, we on Susses 2 for this, y'all. We on Susses 2. And I can remember being in 4B for this one, man. Like around the time when I was in 4B, man, I told y'all, like if you follow my stories, when I talk about 4B or maybe 2B, like those were kind of like more old head pods, like dudes that's kind of like in their 40s, late 30s. Sprinkle of dudes in there, dudes my age that was in their 20s and stuff like that. We'll be in there too because they put you where you're supposed to be at. But for the majority of the time, it used to be a lot of old heads in there. So when I came to 4B, man, like I knew a few dudes that was in there, man. I was cool with 2 dudes from Norfolk and they was cool. You know what I mean? But it was just like so much going on in there. Like it was kind of like this city was in here, the red team was in there wilding out. But I was cool with probably about 2 dudes in there from Norfolk, man. You know what I mean? Like I used to rock with them. We was cool. I done been in there now probably like over about 4 months now. So like, you know, I'm chilling. I'm out the way. I'm not really making no noise. I touched the pack a couple times. But like for the most part, man, like the reason why that part was a little different was because of the older gentlemen that used to be in there, man. Now, it started changing out as I was in there for like 3 to 4 months. It started changing slightly. Like, I guess a lot of the old heads started getting transferred because, you know, they wasn't getting in trouble. They wasn't catching no charges. The old heads already knew how to bid. We were still young, learning how to bid. So they definitely was staying out the way, not catching cases and getting their level drops from a 4 to a 3. So a lot of them was dipping. So like slowly but surely, 4B kind of like flipped over to being back a regular pod. But you still still had the older dudes in there, a little bit of them, you know what I mean? But for the most part, it was like a regular pod now. So I kind of like being in there, man, just on the strength that we was the downstairs pod, and like I could 229 and shoot out in the hallway. I could shoot out and go out in the hallway, or I could shoot out on the boulevard. Like I just had like 4B, our window, the back window by the toilet, we could see, we right there. If any pod, even from the pod from the other side, if they come on yard 2, which is right behind our building, right behind our pod rather, like we can go to that back window by cell 12 and holler at them, man. So like 4B had its advantages, man. Like it had its advantages, and that's what kind of like I used to like about it, man. But like us being in there, man, like the Norfolk dudes, like we was probably in there like 4 deep. Now I was the 2 dudes I used to run in, like 2 other dudes. 2 other dudes was a little bit more older, but like at the end of the day though, man, like we still knew we was from Norfolk. We would still talk to each other. We just didn't hang with the older ones from Norfolk as much. But the ones I used to hang with, we was, you know what I mean, we chilling. So like while we in there, like we never really pushed nothing at nobody. We didn't push nothing at nobody. Like usually y'all already know how I carried. I'm getting along with the red team. Not only that I'm getting along with the red team, I get along with dudes from Richmond. Like I've never been on Sussex now over 4 years, 3-4 years. So like I know a lot of people up there, man. Like I'm one of those guys. Everybody knew who I was. Like not only like I had it on Smash or I was that guy up there. It's just everybody knew T Weezy. Everybody knew me, man. So like I was cool with a lot of people up there, man. I was the guy that can kind of get things alleviated if a problem do come up, man. So like, you know, a lot of people rock with me, man. What could I say? I don't know why. But while we was in there though, man, like Richmond was kind of like, I ain't even gonna lie, Richmond was in that jump probably like 8 deep. They used to have like 8 solid dudes. They used to hang with each other. And it used to be some of the red team members in there. You know, then you have different cities. Everybody had their own little crews. That's just how prison is. But like, you know, wow, you got all these males in there, man, mixing, man, the worst maniacs from your city, all in one basket, man. Like, it's always going to be problems. But even with having somebody like me in there, that's going to get a lot of problems squashed. Like, it's still going to be problems, man. So, like, the first problem that came up, man, it was with Richmond. I ain't even gonna lie, it was with some Richmond dudes. Now, it was this one dude, we gonna call him Teddy, man. Teddy was from Richmond. Me and Teddy was cool, man. Teddy was kind of like a fat brown skinned dude, like, you know, a little bigger than me, but he was a little taller than me too, you know what I mean? But me and him was cool from 2 building, but now we all in 4 building. He around different friends. So, you know, he doing him, I'm doing me. But one of his homeboys that bumped heads with my man, you know what I mean? And it was over something stupid, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It was always over something stupid, man. So it was over that the dude from Richmond, he was in a cell with another dude that we knew from the beach, and he sold his tray to my man. But when it was come time to give the tray up, he ended up selling it to the dude from Richmond, which was the other dude homeboy. So it was like, it was a mix up in that, like buying trays, who it was, and dude said he forgot. And it just had got crazy. My man was like, yo, like for real though, like don't give my tray, you give my tray to somebody else again. Once I pay your money, I'm taking the tray from whoever you're getting it to. Now my man was wrong for saying that, because his problem wasn't with the dude from Richmond. His problem was with the dude roommate, you know what I mean? So like when I hear him say that, I'm like, yo, bro, chill, bro. He like, nah, so he just talking out loud about it. You know what I mean? My bro talking out loud about it. So like the Richmond dudes hear it, you know what I mean? So like it went down to like, it was like a verbal argument in there. Like, you know what I mean? Like first I'm trying to keep everything, you know what I mean? I'm like this, like, yo, let's keep everything straight. Like, but it was just getting out of hand to the point where it was nothing I really can do. And like the stuff that the Richmond dudes was saying, like we weren't gonna stand for it. Like at first I was trying to like, yo, bro, holler at your man. I was hollering at my man. And then it just went and just started spiraling into a whole nother different situation. And when they started talking greasy, that's when we started talking greasy. My man was on some like, yo, we don't care y'all from Richmond, bro. We don't care y'all deep. Like y'all got 10 dude. We don't care about that. And like they was saying, we don't care y'all from North. And it was going back and forth. So it was like, yo, what's up there? What we gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? The lady in the booth is watching the whole thing. So she see her, she's standing up. She got the rifle in her hand. So she already think it's about to go down right there. I was thinking it was gonna go down right there, but it didn't. So everybody like, all right, that's what's up. We see the lady pinning the joint. We like, all right, like, look, it is what it is, man. Y'all stay out our way, we gonna stay out y'all way. So I'm looking like, man, like this finna be us against Richmond, you know what I mean? So we end up going to dinner. When we go to dinner, we see the dudes that's from 4D, that's from Norfolk, and they hollering at us. They heard about it. So they're like, what's going on? Y'all good down there? We're like, yeah, we straight. They're like, what's up though? Like, let us know. We like, look, everything good. Like the big dude from Richmond, he kind of, you know what I mean? He woofing with bro. So we trying to get the jump right, but they gonna end up wrecking. You know what I mean? So like, it was crazy because my man that's upstairs, he was like, look, if y'all need the joints, let me know. You know what I mean? Now being me, I was already thinking like a smart young dude. Like, of course you gotta protect yourself. But I was just praying to God. Like I used to pray to God about a lot of times there'd be situations and it didn't have to turn to knife play, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I know a lot of y'all want to hear about me poking somebody's brains out, man. But like, that wasn't my MO. Like, I'm happy that I never had to do that. I'm happy nobody had to do that to me. Like, I made it through prison 16 years without having to do something like that, man. But there was times that I did have to protect myself with the hammer. So all of us kind of like just going at it. Like, so all of us, it's basically just tension in the pod. So like, I turned my man down. Like, I was like, no, I don't need it, man. Cause I was just praying, like, if it do go down, just let it be a fight. Now, don't get me wrong. I always said this to myself and it never really happened to me. I used to be like, if someone ever beat me down that was bigger than me, or just was like, he was in the wrong for even us getting into it, and he ended up beating me down, I'm definitely going to get a weapon, because I'm not going to be able to live with myself. I know that sounds like a coward move, but it's just, that's just the law. That's just how it is, man. Like, you beat me down, God forbid, I'm going to get a weapon, and I'm coming back to handle business, y'all. So boom. That's how I felt, man. So I turned my man down, just hoping that it could be a rumble in the joint. So we all in the joint, like, with the tension in there. It's tension in there. You know what I mean? We in the joint. When it's tension in the pod, it be feeling crazy. I'm talking about when it's real tension, not with no cream puffs. I'm talking about with some dudes that that's gonna go. You know what I mean? Like, when you see that type of tension, like, it be feeling crazy in the pod, because it just be all quiet and dudes be watching everybody, because they know any given moment it can go down. Now, with all this whole stuff going on, man, you had this one old head dude that was one of the only old head dudes in there that stayed in the pod, man. We're going to call him Lawrence, man. Now, I'm going to call him Lawrence. That wasn't his real name, but they called this man by his last name, man. Now, I'm not even going to say what city this man was from, to be honest with y'all, man. But he wasn't from Richmond and he wasn't from Norfolk. I would say that. But, like, he was one of the last of the Mohicans, of the last 4 old heads in there that was still kind of like carrying like a little young, like, not like a young dude, but like, he just knew how to be it, like, slightly. Like, I didn't really talk to him and rock with him like that, but I would see him in the pod, and he just was like a normal old head that just kind of like, work out every day, still had his little size with him, you know what I mean? Still get a little money here and there. Like, he was just one of them old heads. So, like, he see all this going on. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, I thought he was from Richmond at first, because when I looked up, after I had hollered at my man, and we all out in the pod, and his tension is all out in the pod, I looked up in the pod, and I see him talking to the Richmond dudes in the back corner. So I see him talking to him. So I tell my man, I'm like, man, this junk crazy, man. I'm like, yo, this junk wild. Like, oh, it's old head. I said, old head from Richmond. My man was like, I don't know what old head from. I was like, he looked like he back there with him. I was like, it don't matter, man. I said, because if I get banked, man, I'm going to get a hammer and it's over with. I'm poking every Richmond dude I can catch, man. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I ain't never been banked in my life. So like, knowing that it's more than them than us, like, I didn't really know how to handle that, except for they gonna either give us a fair one, we all gonna just get the record in the pod, and then there's gonna be some more drama right after that. Like, I didn't know how this was gonna turn out, man. I was just praying that everything turned out good. But when we seen Lawrence talking to them, it was like, man, they done added the old diesel old head dude to the play. So like, that kind of was wild. So he was over there talking to them for like 15, 20 minutes. So we all standing like by the bench. My man slept in cell 18. So we like kind of like by his cell. They in the back. So we not really far from them. We just can't hear what they saying. So Lawrence pull up on us. Lawrence was like, he just started walking towards us. And we see him walking towards us. He pull up. His voice was crazy. Lawrence's voice was like this. He was like, yeah, look here, young. Let me holler at you right quick. He was like, what's up? He was like, look, I don't like none of y'all doing this, man. Like, for real, man, y'all don't be needing to do this, man. Like the police, man. This is what they want. They want this to happen, man. They want this, man. They want to see us fighting. They want to see us hurting each other. They want to see us just going at each other every day. They probably on the camera watching us like a movie, man. I'm telling y'all, man. So y'all just need to stand down and let that junk go. Like, man, we ain't letting nothing go. He was like, I know. So look, this is what we gonna do, though. This is what we gonna do. He was like, look, the big dude from Richmond, man, he called his name. He was like, the big dude from Richmond want to see your man. He was like, and then the other little dude over there said he want to see you. So when he said that, I'm like, what? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, all right, that's what's up, man. What's up, man? What's up? He was like, look, calm down, youngin. He was like, calm down, youngin. We gonna handle that. Look, the lady in the booth know what's going on. So look, when she get off, we gonna handle business. Y'all gonna shoot the fair one, but that's gonna be that. After that, youngin, he did like this. That's gonna be it after that, right, youngin? I was like, I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, we gonna fight, man. But like, like, I basically like giving him that type of respect. Like, man, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be honest with you, man. But I'm like, dude, I'm just looking at dude, like, you really want to fight me? Now, the dude that want to fight me from Richmond, like I already knew kind of like he was out of his class a little bit. Like, I'm not saying like I'm like that or nothing like that, but I just felt better about the whole situation because I thought the big dude was gonna probably call me out because like me and him was, I wasn't big as like fat like him, pause, like, but I was thinking he was like, yo, I'll see Weezy, you see him. So that's how I thought it was gonna be. But at the same time, he still wanted to see my man, which he was a little bigger than my man, and I was a little bigger than his man. So it was like, off the rip, I'm sizing this man up, pause, because I'm like, bro, going for a ride like Kingston Million game, y'all, so boom. I ain't gonna do no playing. I don't do a whole bunch of punching, especially in a cell. When you go in a cell, that's the octagon, man. You do whatever you gotta do to win. Headlocks, choke missions, everything, man. Same thing they do in the octagon, man. That's what's going on in that cell. So I was like, that's a bet. So I tell my man was like, that's what's up. So everybody come over there from the town was like, yo. So the two old heads from Norfolk pull up. They like, what's up, old heads? So I was like, nah, everything's straight. So you like, nah, look, y'all younger, y'all gotta chill out. We like, nah. They was like, look, it is what it is. Look, Richmond trying to go, we all gonna go. We was like, that's what's up. Old head was like, I got my lock in the sock. Anyone run up on me, I'm hitting them with this lock in the sock. So we all over there congregating as Norfolk dudes. The whole time the Richmond dudes doing the same thing, but we gonna rap. So the shift change come, man. So we stayed out there just gritting on each other, looking crazy. And then shift change finally happened. Now when shift change happened, we locked down. So when them doors that open up, stand on the line for Empire Rap. Everybody came out. This word, I'm on the top tier. I come out. I look at my man. Everybody strapped up. You know what I mean? We already know we're going to Cell 12, which is a Richmond dude in there. You know what I mean? So we had to make sure, you know what I mean? Everything was copacetic with that when we go down there. So we come out, look at my man in cell 26. My man sleep like in 33. So I'm looking down at him. I see he strapped up. I looked at my other homeboy. He was the only one on the bottom tier that was from Norfolk. Besides one of the old head dudes from Norfolk. I looked, I seen he was strapped up. I'm like, bro, what's on, bro? Like, I don't be trying to fight and get into it and be a tough guy all the time, man. But like, sometimes it's just about your respect sometimes, man. Like, and then if it's a fight, then I'm cool with that, man. As long as nobody's really getting hurt, I can do a fight anytime, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. So we come down the steps. You know what I mean? Me and my man come down the steps like bad dudes. That joint was like in slow motion because we already knew we was about to rap. We like, we got down the damn steps. I look, I seen the old head Lawrence. He was like, look, y'all come over here. We gonna handle this like men. That's what we gonna do. We gonna handle this like men, man. Like, y'all, they want us to do all this, man. The big Richmond dude came over there. He was like, look, we gonna handle this like men, right? Dude was like, yeah, we gonna handle it like men, Shaw. Yeah. That's what's up. He just looking at my man like he want to do my man dirty. I'm like, this junk crazy. So they was like, all right, look, one at a time. But look though, the fight over with. When I say the fight over, if I feel like you beating somebody getting beat up bad enough, I'm stopping the fight. I'm letting you know now you won, and that's just what it is. So I looked at my man. I was like, you cool with that? My man was like, man, I don't care, man. Listen, let's go. So I looked at my man like, yo, make sure, bro, don't let dude grab you, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna have to put him on point because big dude kind of, you know what I mean, a little solid dude. So they going to cell first, y'all. I promise you, they going to jump first. And I'm watching at the door, all us at the door. Because they fighting in cell 12, so we all at the door. I'm looking. Man, they going that jump first. First, my homeboy, piece him. So, boom, boom, boom. Like, he was a little too fast for Fat Boy, you know what I mean? So he get into boom, 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 boom. Fat Boy threw some old, man. Fat Boy threw a little freaking hell. Man, this jump was a Hail Mary punch, man. Fat Boy ducked his head and threw a jump like this. Man, that jump caught my homeboy right here. Boom, when it caught my homeboy, he grabbed my homeboy. Man, he grabbed my homeboy. I looked up, my homeboy was in the air. Boom, he body slammed my homeboy. Got on top of my homeboy. Boom, 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 boom. I was like, I was about to go in there. Oh, yeah, like Lawrence was like, I want to squeeze in there. He was like, come on. He pulled Fat Boy up. Fat Boy was like, yeah. I was like, I'm watching that jump. I was like, I started to punch Fat Boy in his face right there and just get it popping right there. That's my word. I was like, shh. I was like, man, I gotta win this fight. I was like, I don't care what I do. I gotta win this fight, y'all. So boom. This is one of them times, man. This was one of them times I had to rap. I ain't gonna bullshit, y'all. But this nigga just fucking fucked my homeboy up. My word, man. Look, I'm trying to go in there and fight, but I go in the joint, my homeboy and that bitch. Man, we get that nigga up, man. Bro, shit was all fucked up, man. Fat Boy gave him like a good 3-piece while he was on top of him, man. Bro, shit fucked up. We get, bro, yo, come on, bro. Wildin', bro. God damn, bro. He was like, damn, nigga, grab me, bro. That's what I told you, don't let that nigga grab you, man. So I get my man, get him out, bro. You know what I mean? That's about to fuck his homeboy up. So I look, I see his homeboy strapped up. It's about to beat his motherfucking ass. He done whoop my homeboy ass. My word. As soon as we go in and jump, man, we square off. Man, as soon as that nigga swung some shit, I ducked and grabbed that nigga ass. My word, I couldn't slam him though. He knew how to wrestle a little bit, but I ducked. I got them damn pants. When I got his pants, I take him over here. I try to slam him, but I see he know what he doing. Boom! I take him over here. He got damn throw shit. I got damn butter. Boom! Hit him with the butt. We fight. He trying to get off me. Nah, nigga, we tussling. Nah, nigga. I get the inside game. Yeah, come here. I take him for a ride this time. Boom! I slam the shit out of him. I get on top of his ass. Boom! 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 I start hitting his ass. Niggas coming in and grabbing him. Fuck that nigga. He fucked my homeboy up. Fuck that nigga. I'm talking shit. My adrenaline is running. Y'all. I'm like, yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit, man. Hell no. So Lawrence grabbed me. Goddamn, we all come out. Niggas like, yeah. Goddamn, Fat Boy like, yeah. I was like, nigga, we can fight, nigga. Fuck wrong with you? He like, we can fight. Fuck. I said, yeah, let's fight then. Lawrence was like, nah, fuck that. None of y'all ain't fighting. That want the agreement. Man. That's what the fuck they want, man. Come on, man. I was like, nah, fuck that shit. My homeboy at the table looking fucked up. So I'm like, damn, like, it is what it is. It is what it is. Lady said, stand by for outside rep. Stand by for outside rep. So goddamn, the door opened up, push the slide open. Everybody start going around. I was like, fuck these niggas, I'm going outside. So me and my man, like, told bro, come on. Goddamn, we go outside. We couldn't leave him in there, you know what I mean? So he come outside, fucked up and everything. So we get outside, we was on yard 2. So we on the yard right behind our building. But everybody from 4 buildings coming out. Niggas like, yo, what's up? Like, yo, we was finished running the Richmond niggas. They're like, for real. So they talking to Richmond niggas, talking to they niggas. We talking to our niggas. So it's like, everybody like, yo, fuck that shit. Like, it is what it is. Like, nah, look, bro, one-on-one game. Everything was straight, bro. I was like, but he just fucked bro up, man. That junk, I ain't gonna bag. He was worried, put the bees on bro ass, but I had to get some get back on his man. Word, I get some get back on his man, so I ain't even gonna lie. Like once we was outside, like once air hit me, man, like I started thinking clearer again. You know what I mean? Like my mind started thinking the way it usually thinks. And I just was like, yo, I told niggas like, yo, that shit was one-on-one. Niggas was like, that one-on-one. Like, yeah. He was like, all right, because I know it's a lot of them niggas down there. Like, nah, bro, that shit was one-on-one. That shit was one-on-one, bro. You know what I mean? So niggas like, that's what it is. So while we was out there, Lawrence pull up. Lawrence was like, man, I'm telling you, man, we gotta let it go. Look, you gave me a word. I'm like, man, look, I'm gonna holler at my bro. That joint over with, man. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't want to beef with niggas like that. You know what I mean? But I was like, man, fuck them niggas if they trying to beef, because I know they saying fuck us. So fuck them if they want to beef, though, at the end of the day. So I was like, bro, it is what it is at the end of the day. I ain't going nowhere near them niggas. As long as them niggas stay the fuck away from me. But if Fat Boy want to fight, tell Fat Boy he can be next game, y'all. So boom. Fat Boy looking at me from across the yard, gritting on me. I'm gritting on him from the other side of the yard. So we go back in. We go back in the pod. That's my word. We go back in the pod, man. Goddamn. I looked up while we in the joint. It was like, yo, the sergeant about to come up this bitch. So we didn't know what the fuck the sergeant was coming up here for. The sergeant get up there, everybody like, everybody hit the police noise. He come in the joint. He look around. He was like, cut that TV off. He told the inmate, cut that TV off. Dude, cut the TV off. He came sat at the table. He was like, look. He pulled his phone out and he pulled out these papers, man. And like, this was the first time, like, you know, we heard about the holiday pack and all of that, you know what I mean? But this was the first time that we was able like to get the holiday packs, you know what I mean? Like, you know, now in the system, like I think they get them like 4 times a year, every quarter, I think, man. But like back then, it was only like December. You would get it. You would only get it for Christmas, you know what I mean? So this is like September, October, I think. I want to say this is October, around my birthday time, kind of like, well, it's not really cold yet, but winter's coming. But like, this is the time that they pass these joints out. Now that, you know what I mean, when they started doing them, but around this time, he like, look, I'm about to start doing the holiday pack, but this the only thing about this though. We not letting nobody come get none of these sheets until this month over with. Because if we hear about anything, about anybody fighting, and don't think I ain't hear about nobody fighting, because I've been hearing about people fighting in here. Yeah, I've been hearing about it. Yeah, if you know if a dudes can't get along with Richmond dudes or vice versa, then y'all need to work it out. Man, because I'm telling y'all, if y'all be the only part in the building that don't be able to get no holiday pack, I don't want to hear it. And if I find out anybody stole anybody junk, you going to the hole and you never coming out. I'm letting you know now you'll get sent across the street. So everybody listening like really, man, like for real, like, you know what I mean? So he was like, I'm going to put one up on the bulletin board for y'all can see what y'all can order. I'm not passing no booklets out. I'm not passing no sheets out that you can send to your family. I'm not doing none of that yet until y'all be on how to get along this month. So we like, everybody looking around like, so he went to the bulletin board and opened the bulletin because he had to open our joint up. Like our joint had a key to it. He opened that joint up and he put the joint in there and he closed it back. So when he leave, everybody started going to the bulletin board quietly. That joint was like, the news was on or something. Everybody was like, dude was like, yo, they got cereal on the joint. Everybody was like, for real? One dude's pull up, for real. He was like, yo, hey, they got soft batch Chips Ahoy cookies on that joint. Dudes was like, what? Everybody started pulling up, looking. He was like, yo, look all these meat products they got, bro. They got this, they got that. Everybody was just looking at stuff. Everybody was like, yo, that joint crazy, man. Dudes was like, man. So everybody looking at it. You know what I mean? Like me, I glanced at it. I got back, man, because I'm already to the point. I'm a major convict, man. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm just going to do my bid. I ain't got no control over nobody, to be honest with y'all, man. So, my word, man, as soon as he dipped and everybody was looking at that jump, man, I promise you, man, Lawrence, dude was about to go cut the TV back on. Lawrence was like, nah, leave that TV back off. Leave that TV back off. He stood on the table, not really the table, but like, you know, we sit at on the table. He stood up on that joint. He was like, look, man, look, if don't nobody want to listen to me, man, I'm going to tell y'all, man, I'm a man of my word. If you don't believe me, man, ask T Weezy and he talked to Fat Richmond dude. He was like, ask T Weezy and ask him. Look, I told them I was gonna let that be a fair one, and they could have been fighting all day in the park, Norfolk versus Richmond, but I made them have a fair one. I was the one that did that, man. Weezy, why'd you listen to me? I was like, he put me on blast. Something Weezy, why'd you listen to me? I'm like, man, go ahead with that, man. Go ahead with that noise, man. He like, nah, look. Everybody like, it's like a little crowd of people, you know what I mean? Richmond dude standing over there hearing them out. We on the other side of them, you know what I mean? Red team right there, everybody listening. He like, man, look, nah, I'm just saying, real talk, it's a real question, man. You're man time right there. Just answer the question for me. I'm like, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, like, that's all I really wanted was a fair one, man. I don't believe in all that banking stuff unless I have to, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Fat boy was like, I don't gotta bank nobody. I can rumble, I ain't gotta bank nobody. I was like, yeah, I can rumble too. You know what I mean? I was like, that's all I wanted. You know what I mean? I looked at his homeboy, I was like, yeah, I can rumble too. Gave him a little smirk, like, yeah. He was looking like he done my homeboy dirty. My homeboy over here, like, he just fought Tyson on the eye over here, man. I'm like, yeah, though, bro, like, but that's why I did it, man. He was like, well, why'd you do it? He pointed at Fat Boy. Why'd you listen to me? Fat Boy was like, no, because I respect you at the end of the day, Charlotte. Like, you always been a solid old head, losing two building. I respect you. You know, like, you don't want to see dudes just crash out. You know, so I respect you. That's why I did it. So everybody was like, yeah. So he was like, look, man, we got to come together, man. He like, T Weezy. Called Fat Boy. He called the dude from the red team. He's like, look, man. Called the little dudes that was around. He like, look, everybody, man. We got to come together as a pod, man. Ain't y'all trying to eat good? Ain't y'all trying to get these holiday packs, man? He was like, look, man, I'm telling you, man. So as he's saying that, we look. The sergeant is in the booth watching the whole thing. Like, we thought he dipped, but he dipped and went in the door and went in the booth. So he's watching this shit the whole time. He didn't get on the intercom and say, get your ass off that table. He didn't say nothing. He was like, man, look, man, it's going to take all of us, man. We got to come together, man, and make our part better, man. He said, that's the only way it's going to work, man. He said, man, only thing I want to know, man, is one thing. Everybody was like, what? He was like, is y'all with me or not?
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.